Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. We are jumping right in today because the BCCI just dropped India's 15-member test squad for the upcoming tour of Sri Lanka, and man, we are witnessing a true changing of the guard. We're talking brand new leadership, some really surprising selections, and basically a strategic masterclass perfectly tailored for subcontinent conditions.
So let's just dive right into this, because we literally cannot ignore the elephant in the room. I mean, the massive leadership vacuum left behind by the recent retirements of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli has everyone asking the exact same question. Who on earth is going to lead India into this next chapter? You don't just replace that kind of monumental experience overnight. It's not just about finding a guy who can score runs. It's about finding someone who can shoulder the immense weight of a completely cricket-obsessed nation.
All right, Section 1. A new era begins. We're looking at the absolute dawn of a completely new leadership structure for Indian Test cricket. Stepping up to take the reins from Rohit and Virat is, well, a monumental task. The stakes literally couldn't be higher for the BCCI selection committee. They had to make a choice that wasn't just some temporary stopgap, but a real foundational decision for the future of the team. The pressure to get this right was absolutely immense.
And their answer? Well, it's 25. At just 25 years old, Shubman Gill has been appointed as the brand new captain of the Indian Test team. He's going to be supported by KL Rahul, who steps in as his deputy. This is a massive, deliberate youth movement. It's a bold statement that the team is looking forward, ready to mold its next generation of legends. But you gotta wonder, how exactly did a 25-year-old lock down the top job over other established contenders like Rishabh Pant, who is, also right there in the squad?
Moving on to Section 2, Dravid's secret endorsement.
The behind-the-scenes story here is absolutely fascinating. Chief Selector Ajit Agrakar basically laid it all out for us. He said, you don't pick captains for 1 or 2 tours. You want to try and invest in something that's going to help us going forward. So the crucial point to take away here is that this was never meant to be a quick fix. The selectors have seen real, tangible progress from Gill over the last year, and they are intentionally making a long-term investment, hoping he's going to grow into the role much like Virat Kohli once did.
But here is the real kicker. While a lot of folks just assumed new coach Gautam Gambhir had the final say, it was actually former head coach Rahul Dravid whose insider feedback tipped the scales. Because Dravid coached Gill all the way back during his under-19 days and then again on the senior team, he just had this incredible, unmatched insight. Word is, Dravid absolutely raved to the selectors about Gill's true potential as a leader. That ringing endorsement was a massive factor in Gill getting the nod.
As for Gill himself, he's keeping things pretty straightforward. When asked how he intends to lead, he said, "I won't follow any specific captaincy style. He wants to be his own man." And make no mistake, despite being so young, the guy is battle-tested. Remember, Gill was a core part of that squad that experienced and then completely dismantled England's aggressive baseball tactics in a commanding 4-1 series win. He knows exactly what high-pressure, tactical cricket looks like.
Okay, let's shift gears to Section 3, the Sri Lanka test squad.
Now, leadership is vital, but you need the right tools for the job, right? Looking at the batters, we've got our captain Gill, vice-captain Rahul, alongside Yashasvi Jaiswal, Devdutt Padikkal, and Sai Sudarshan. For wicket-keepers, we have the returning Rishabh Pant and Dhruv Jurel. Over in the Pacers column, we see Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Prasidha Krishna, and Gurnoor Brar. But I really want you to focus heavily on that spin column. Ravindra Jadeja, Kuldeep Yadav, Manav Suthar, and Saranj Jain. That is a heavy, very deliberate presence of spin options, specifically tailored because spin is expected to have a massive influence on those Sri Lankan pitches.
Now, you always got to check the fine print on these BCCI releases. There are a few important caveats here. Star pacer Jasprit Bumrah and batter Sai Sudarshan are both included, sure, but their participation is strictly subject to fitness clearance from the BCCI Center of Excellence. Furthermore, all-rounder Washington Sundar is totally unavailable for the first test. But actually, that unavailability opens the door to perhaps the most emotional and surprising element of this entire squad announcement.
Which brings us to Section 4, the 33-year-old rookie.
Talk about an incredible contrast. On one hand, you have a 25-year-old captain, and on the exact opposite end, you have Madhya Pradesh all-rounder Saranj Jain earning his maiden senior India call-up at 33 years old. Jain has been grinding away for over a decade in domestic cricket. I mean, he made his first-class debut way back in the 2014-15 season. He has immense red ball experience. But it was his explosive recent breakthrough on the India A Tour of Sri Lanka that finally forced the selectors' hands. In the second unofficial test, he took 4 wickets in the first innings, 2 in the second, and absolutely smashed an unbeaten 70 runs to lead India A to a 10-wicket victory.
So why Saranj Jain right now? Tactically, it is pretty much a flawless move. With Washington Sundar unavailable, Jain perfectly fills that exact gap. He gives the team a much-needed right-arm off-spin option. He's a left-handed batter who adds crucial depth to the lower order, and honestly, most importantly, as we literally just saw, he has proven immediate success in the exact same Sri Lankan conditions the senior team is about to face.
All right, wrapping things up with Section 5, the road ahead. So now that we have the squad, the leaders, and the overall strategy, when do we actually get to see them in action? Grab your calendars, because the preparations start very shortly with a 4-day practice match in Colombo on August 7th. Then, the real test begins. The first test kicks off on August 15th in Gale, followed by the second test starting on August 23rd at the SSC in Colombo.
Before we sign off on this explainer, I want to leave you all with a thought. We are looking at a squad defined by some incredible duality. We have this massive long-term investment in a 25-year-old captain stepping into the shoes of absolute giants, right alongside the long-awaited reward of a 33-year-old domestic veteran finally getting a shot on the biggest stage of all. So, tell me, do you think Gill's fearless youth or Saranj Jain's hardened experience is going to be the ultimate key to conquering Sri Lanka? Either way, it's going to be an absolutely thrilling series to watch unfold.
Hey everyone,